The state secretary of economic development stopped by Northampton today to get to know the city. Secretary Eric Paley says the legislature is working on a Mass Wins Act, which will invest in downtown communities like Northampton's. He tells us the city's funky, youthful energy makes it a great place for state leaders to learn about what it is and isn't working economically. Paley also told us about the improvements being done already to improve local development.
Northampton's doing a lot to invest in. They've been utilizing our vacant storefront program in order to revitalize those storefronts that are not operating. There are buildings in town that could come back to life that would really bring even more energy to the community. Culture is a massive infrastructure to economic energy and excitement, and there are always more investments we can be making there. It's classically underfunded, and that's one of the things we're trying to do through Mass Wins.
The secretary also toured the Coca-Cola facility today, in addition to checking out the downtown area.